"Good evening," he says, with a smirk sharp enough to slice through silence. Because this isn't a welcome. Oh no. This is a warning. You see, the funny thing about silence is that it tells the truth louder than any applause ever could. When this played, when the words hit, even the haters went quiet. Not because they finally respected me, but because for the first time they realized that they were standing in the presence of someone they could neither predict nor destroy. I was never the hero in their story. I was the glitch in their system, the one they didn't plan for, the one that smiled while everything burned. They called me too much, too intense, too ruthless, and I laughed. Because in a world built on pretending, being too real is the greatest crime of all. They wanted a puppet. I became a storm. They wanted obedience. I built my own throne. They wanted me to play small, so they could feel big. But I looked them dead in the eye and said, "You don't get to shrink me just because you're afraid of your own shadow." And oh, how the silence fell after that line. The same mouths that once mocked me forgot how to move. The same hands that pointed at me began to tremble. Because the truth is, it's not my laughter that scares them. It's the realization that I'm free. Free from their opinions, free from their approval, free from the cages they call normal. I wasn't made to fit in their crowd. I was born to walk through fire and smile while doing it. Every scar, a story. Every wound, a weapon. Every betrayal, a rebirth. They thought breaking me would bury me, but all they did was plant me deeper, and I grew roots in darkness. Do you know what happens when someone learns to love the chaos inside them? They become untouchable. Because you can't shame someone who has already danced with their demons. You can't manipulate someone who has already faced their madness and said, "I understand you. Now work for me." So yeah, let them whisper. Let them doubt. Let them pretend they're not watching. Because every hater is just a silent fan, too proud to admit they feel your energy. They envy your courage, your refusal to bow down to mediocrity. They fear that you see through their masks, and that's exactly why they go quiet when your truth starts playing. You ever notice how people love to preach, "Be yourself," until yourself doesn't fit their comfort zone? They love authenticity, as long as it's filtered, softened, and shaped to please them. But real ones, the dangerous ones, the joker-minded ones, don't bend. We shatter expectations and rebuild reality from the ashes. We don't chase approval. We provoke awakening. You see, power doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being undeniable. When your existence itself becomes a statement. When your silence makes the room tremble. When your presence feels like a mirror forcing everyone to face who they really are. They call me dark. But darkness isn't evil. It's honest. It doesn't lie to you with smiles and small talk. It shows you what's buried beneath your comfort, beneath your ego, beneath your mask. And that's why I live here, in the shadows. Because light blinds people. Darkness, it teaches. So remember this, when the noise gets too loud, when they laugh at your vision, mock your ambition, call you insane, smile. Because the moment they laugh, you're already ahead of them. You're moving while they're busy judging. And one day, when your truth hits the air, when it plays like thunder across their quiet little world, they'll go silent too. Not because they finally get it, but because deep down, they always knew you were right. So go ahead. Be too smart. Be too cold. Be too ruthless. Be too you. They'll call you crazy until they call you boss. They'll hate you until they copy you. They'll fear you until they realize they can't stop you. And when that moment comes, when the silence fills the room again, you'll just smirk and whisper, "Told you so." Because legends aren't loved first. They're feared, then studied, then worshipped. And you were never meant to blend in with the noise. You were meant to be the reason the room goes quiet. Would you like me to write a Part 2 continuation, where the Joker turns the message inward, talking directly to the listener, as if mentoring them into becoming just as fearless and untouchable? It would sound even deeper, like a transformation speech.